Hi everyone. So back to the Intake Manifold. I did the last few things I needed to do. So I've tightened that attachment bolt, which is for the infamous uh, bracket that I'm really not looking forward to putting back because it's pain in the butt. So that actually attaches to the underneath, right? Just like so. And the other side actually goes on a bolt, which is a triple square, and that I have right here. So that bolt actually screws into the engine, right? The engine block. Luckily, it doesn't have to go really deep. As you can tell, it's half an inch, roughly, maybe 3/8. And for the top, it's a 13 mil nut, right? That goes here. Now you might be like, okay, well, why don't you put the bracket first and then insert the whole thing into the engine? Well, a challenge with that is that it's not, there's lots of things in the way. And this bracket is not easy to put back and to wiggle into its supposed location simply because the injectors will have to actually be inserted into the intake manifold first before they get on the engine. I believe they go on the block first, actually, in fact, and then you insert the intake manifold on top of that. So it's not, this bracket is not really easy to put on first before you put the intake manifold back on the block. So it's not that simple. That is done. So this little damper is back now. So just use a like a pair of pliers in order to screw it in place. That went really well. It was fairly easy. Then we have what I've done is actually about some crimping rings actually off of Amazon, and I did replace this little crimp ring here on the hose that is part of the vacuum line system. So that's done too. We got a hose here that will connect to the rest of the system once we put this back in place. Then added two bolts here that are holding this bracket in place with the connectors to the manifold. Put this unit back in place. It actually attaches to a little bracket that you just slide it in. Put these two screws back in, and these are actually on the top of the manifold, so it could have been done later, but I thought I might as well do it now. So this unit is pretty much completed now, and we're ready to actually move on to the next step. Next step in this case will be, I'm kind of debating right now whether I'm going to test the injectors first or clean up the valve chambers. I might actually clean up the valve chambers first, and we're going to look into this. But I wanted to talk about this extraction tool, this injector extraction tool kit that I got, because what's happening at the moment is that one of my injectors is still stuck on the block. So you're going to have to use one of these tools. I think I don't see any way otherwise, because that thing is actually quite stuck in there. If we're looking at the way it's anchored, this is not going anywhere. It's really not, it's not even wiggling. Well, it's wiggling a little bit, but remember how much trouble I had to actually take it out or take them out of the intake manifold? That's the kind of trouble we're gonna have here. So there is a tool that's designed for that, which is this. In this particular case, I'll show you how that works because it comes with a whole bunch of attachments. You don't need everything, but certainly we're going to need some of that in order to remove the injector that's currently sitting on the block still. And in order to do that, we're going to be using this guy here and that guy here, which is kind of the ram set, right? So heavy piece of metal that slides on a rod and that you're using fundamentally as a hammer to pull it out. And how that works is pretty straightforward. There's another tool you could use too, which is this one. I'm gonna try to go fast on this because I don't think we need the other tool for now. So when you have your injector here, this piece basically slides on top right there. So you see there's a little groove, and this piece here slides on top, right? So there's an opening end here. It slides on top of there and into place. Once it's there, which really you should be able to tell by looking at the back of it, if it's all the way inserted, so we're going to do this on the one that's on the block, obviously, then you're using this ram here, you attach it to the end, which I'm going to try to do. It's not easy here, but should be able to do it. There you go. So let's pretend this is the injector that's on the block here, and you basically hammer it out, right? And that's how this thing works. So that's what we're gonna try. Let's see how that goes, and wish me good luck. I'm certainly hoping this is not going to be too much of a problem. So let's take a look at it. All right, so this is our stubborn injector that got stuck on the block. So as I mentioned, grab your attachment here, slide it on top, which should be fairly easy. And then you grab your ramp set, insert the screw in it, and screw it on top here. Just enough so that you're going through. You shouldn't have to go too deep, but I think I'm pretty deep enough here. And then just hammer it out. And that's it. Injector is out, right? So pretty straightforward. Sorry, I was actually off camera here, but it came out really easily. Just a few hits, and the injector was out. So again, if we look at this injector here, you see the end, the very tip here. Well, that's what we need to ensure this is actually working properly. So we will be looking at the cleaning this up and ensure that they are operating the way they should. So that's done. The other thing we need to do is I'm going to use my shop vac here, and we're going to clean up all the openings here inside, because we have in there that we need to take out. Make sure these areas are clean, and you really don't want any crap to get in there, right? So use your vacuum cleaner first and make sure you actually get in there to remove anything that could be loose, because that could be quite catastrophic otherwise. If you have any kind of debris getting into your cylinder chamber, yeah, that could lead to scorching and to just a whole catastrophic failure, right? All right, so let's do this now, and we're gonna just continue with the cleanup of the chambers next.